my idea, so it was actually 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 my idea, so.
I would describe cultural appropriation as taking something that has cultural, spiritual significance and stealing from it.
You can't just like pick and choose what you think is cool from their cultures and use it to make money.
Call out culture is a bit crazy, so if you're not careful, you might get caught slipping.
It was a way to gain independence as a child to have our hair braided.
The braids that come up right here, stop, so all the braids would be hanging like this. That was like my favorite style.
If you add all of the hours I spent getting my hair braided as a child, it probably sums up to 5 years of my life.
You're straight up stealing. That's not yours to take.
But we have come in because I am transforming Esme's hair today. We're putting, I've already said, box braids and extension. I've never done this before, so I need to watch a couple of tutorials on it online. But Esme, are you ready to, are you ready? Are you just about to say, are you ready to show everybody what colour you're going?
Ready? Feels so weird.
Just be careful.
No.
So this is her extension hair.
You might have someone who's doing a fishtail braid, which is just one big braid in the back. You might have someone who's just doing two, as we call them, French braids, right? And then when we think about cornrow style technique, it gets really complex.
Cornrowing, as we know it, is a very African thing, centered more along the parting and the design of where the braid is going, more so than the braid itself.
We found a statue from 500 BC Nigeria where the hair was cornrowed. And we found this whole world of weaves that were not called that, using all these materials in different societies throughout West Africa. It's almost like your social security number, meaning you could look at someone's hairstyle and you could determine where they're from, what their status is in the society, if they're married, if they're single, if they're a widow, if they're a warrior, if they used to be a soldier. The richer someone was in a society, the more fanciful their hair was.
And if we look throughout the diaspora, that's been a way in which African women have expressed their own kind of beauty politics.
A Senegalese hair braider might have a very different braiding technique than a Nigerian hair braider might have versus a Brazilian hair braider.
On slave ships, one of the first things that was done was that someone's hair was shaved. If hair was thought of as like a social security number, I can look at you and say all of these things about you because of your hairstyle, suddenly people have shaved heads. There's no visual way to say you're from this group and you were this person in this society. And then when the enslaved people were here in the US, there had to be a completely new hair culture that was born out of people from all of these different groups who did not have the materials to actually take care of the hair. During slavery, Sunday was the day that was set aside where you could actually do your hair. It was a time where actual grooming rituals were born, and also a way to figure out how to care for hair that could last for an entire week. You weren't going to be able to do anything until the next Sunday. The two main hairstyles that came out of that were head rags and also cornrows, because someone else can do your hair for an X amount of time on a Sunday, and then you're good for the rest of the week.
And I've heard that this takes hours to do. I'm quite impressed with my progress so far. I'm not gonna lie, it's not perfect. I've never done these braids before, and it's really fiddly trying to get all the different pieces of hair, especially because it just frays everywhere and falls out and unravels. It's really difficult.
Abroad, and we always have our hair properly braided. They do it faster.
They do, yeah, they do. They do it super fast. But these are properly secured in her hair, so they can't fall out at all because of how I've braided them in. And they look cool. We got how many? 7-ish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Decades after Bo Derek was responsible for completely whitewashing the cultural heritage of cornrows, we have the Kardashians today doing the same thing with cornrows and other braided styles.
I'm offended.
It offended me like tremendously.
You're straight up stealing.
Give credit where it's due.
It's an outrage. Like, you're calling these boxer braids. No, these are cornrows.
It's not a new trend. They've been killing it, innovating it in Africa for years.
Boxer braids, whatever the fuck those are. They're actually really shitty braids too. Anybody that knows anything about braids will tell you that those were bad braids.
I know I've been in braids all my life. I can tell you at least 30 years of it ain't new.
I've never known a time without braids.
It's the audacity to confidently name something that you did not create, that has existed for years. That's something that's problematic.
Correct it. Just say like, you know what? We didn't come up with that, but it's cool. Like, we like it, but this is not ours. You know, we didn't come up with this. I was so bitter. I was telling people, if you call me to book an appointment for boxer braids, good luck on your appointment. You will not get it.
It's looking so... It's looking so cool.
You really do it as well.
I've literally, turn around a second, Esme. So I haven't done the neatest boxes because I don't have a rat's tail.
It's the first time, though.
Pardon?
I'm proud. It's your first time. It
is, thanks, Ez. Yeah, so I don't have a rat's tail comb, so there's not like the actual boxes, the rat's tail. And also, I've really struggled to get it really tight at the top. I've got I've watched, how many tutorials have I watched?
I've watched like 100.
I've watched so many. And I don't know how to get it really tight at the top. But however, I think that's probably best for us with the girls being so young. I don't want the hairs to be pulled really tight. I don't want it to damage the hair.
My hair's going to be so curly.
I don't want them to be uncomfortable and it being like really uncomfortable. So anyway, we've got this last bit to do. Last bit.
You should have a whole new appreciation for this hair braiders that we see on holiday that do your hair, right? Yeah.
It's deeply offensive that people who have made so much money off of taking these parts of Black culture and appropriating them would not even get the correct terminology behind them to just describe what they've appropriated.
When things are coming into a high fashion realm and they are magically something really cool and people that are upper class can wear them and, you know, be cool and edgy, it's just kind of like a slap in the face to the people who were told they were ghetto and getting nasty looks when they were wearing it.
We've been going about 3 hours so far, do you reckon? I think we've done good in 3 hours.
We've done really good. I said like this much in like 7 hours, so like...
Some people have
I'm
done
gonna spread it across.
Woo!
That's really heavy.
It's got bumps at the top because I've just got no idea what I'm doing. Are you guys ready to see it?
I could chair for hours.
It looks so nice,
I'm so happy with it, man.
Are you so happy?
Yeah, I'm literally over.
That makes it worth it.
I'm over.
Okay.
It feels so weird on me. I feel like I want to like go like that, but like when I do that, it's like heavy. Like
it's really heavy, isn't it?
I love it.
Turn around.
I love it.
So this is the end result. Oh my gosh, what's the surprise, Daddy? Go forward a little bit. Oh, look at that.
Watch this is the best part.
Woo!
Pull it off.
If you can't have hair like this, purple, then when can you?
I know, like...
Hey, do you know what I think will look nice?
It looks so long, like my hair's really short. I'm going off my bum.
Oh yeah, I need a proper bubble. I've just had to tuck the hair under. But that looks so cute with like a bun on the top.
Yeah.
It looks ace, isn't it? With a bun. You can have it in pigtails, it looks so nice. Or 2 side buns. I'm gonna go show Dad.
I do get offended when you see box braids being labelled as XYZ in a fashion that is not in its most authentic self because it's suppressing my culture, which too often gets suppressed. So at least when you are trying to globalize it, come correct. That's all.
Okay guys, I am so happy with the result. I literally love it so much. I'm finding it hard not to look in the screen because it's just so cute.
You're straight up stealing. That's not yours to take.
take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
It was actually my idea, so